Having some technical problems, new setup, but welcome back to another episode of Sober Grind. My name's Austin. I'm joined by my amazing co-host
Hey,
Pej, the man, the myth, the legend. Today we're talking about the holiday season, how it's stressful, how it leads to relapses, and what you can do about it. So, Pej, let's kind of go over again some of the things that we were talking about before. Why are the holidays such a stressful time, and how does it actually lead to relapses?
well, like I was saying earlier, people get squirrely. They can't handle the holidays. A lot of people hate the holidays as it is. Some people miss their families. Some people move, let's say, to California and or to certain places to go to treatment, and then they discharge and they go and they're either in sober living or they're actually in treatment and they're newly sober and they don't know how to feel their feelings yet, and
Mm-hmm.
they wish that they could be with their families. Some of them are accepted by their families. Some of them are not accepted by their families. Um, some of them would like to get to their families, but they don't have the means to get there. So they just don't know, how to deal with all that.
Yeah. What about so do you think it has to do a lot with the actual people, or more so the environment that they're currently in, or just everything altogether?
Everything all together. I think sometimes the environment, like let's say for example, people are in sober living, right?
Yeah.
And the Christmas tree, or they're in a treatment center and there's a Christmas tree. Like they have to, it hurts them to have to sit in like a detox with a big tree right there, and them not being able to
Yeah.
um, be at home with their loved ones.
Oh.
They have to be with a bunch of strangers. So, and then people like in sober living, for example, people that come from other parts of the country, they may be in another town in sober living, or even some people that just live on their own and are newly sober and they're trying to deal with life and they're going out and about in public to the malls and seeing the trees and people shopping and everyone's festive and they don't yet know how to feel like comfortable in their own skin, let alone they see everybody else is having a good time. They can't be with their family members, and so it hurts them. It affects them. They'll in order for them to even deal with it, they'll numb themselves out. They'll drink. They'll use. And I've been watching a lot of people go out more recently.
Yeah. Um, can you share any specific stories without naming names of maybe some stories that'll really hit home for people and
I mean, I've been obviously in my world, overdoses are a dime a dozen. Like we see this all the time. We see a lot of people overdosing because they just do hardcore drugs. But like some people, they're very silent about it. Like I
mm,
think the majority of the people that I see, you don't even know that something's wrong with them until it's too late. Or some of them will express themselves to certain people, and so word gets back to me that did you know that so and so is really going through it right now? Like they miss their family, or there was one specific one that was an adopted person. I won't say who it is, but the person missed. Doesn't even like to see how many people are getting along with each other in a family sense, or how everyone's, the camaraderie or the togetherness of a family where everybody's coming and getting the tree and setting it all up and putting gifts on. Like, if you're adopted and you don't have that, and you see like other people giving each other gifts and there's gift exchanges, or there's people involved in like secret Santas and things like that. Well, it hurts people. It makes them sad. It makes them
yeah,
sad that they're not a part of.
yeah. What can people do if they're feeling that way to kind of deal and cope with some of this stress to get them through the holiday season and without relapsing?
Say it again. I'm sorry. Ask that question one more time.
What are some things that what are some advice that you offer to people that maybe they're experiencing some of this holiday stress for any of the various reasons that you brought up?
Well,
How
I
can they
think
deal with it?
when people go and seek sobriety, you never want to forget where you came from, but you also don't want to forget what your intention was to get sober. So if
Yeah.
you get sober and you have a community around you, if you have other people that are sober, for example, in the 12-step community, go surround yourself with those people. Call whoever your mentors are. See how you can be effective. And truth be told, I think one of the best things that helps a lot of people during the holiday season is to be of service.
Mm.
I know there are indigent institutions, homes that um, you can go and volunteer at and go and serve food to less fortunate, to the
Yeah, it's
homeless, to
great.
the people that are garden variety drunks, that are off the streets, that aren't well. You know what I mean? That when you go and you help those people, you get out of self. Um, so it's that, and it sounds like something that doesn't sound too enlightening or exciting. But I'll tell you this right now. I think it's the inconveniences in life that if we take them on, that's where we gain the most humility. So let's say, for example, you go down to the soup kitchen and you're serving food to people that are straight off the streets that only come in for a meal ticket, that would just come to eat for the day,
Yeah.
and you see them, they're like rugged and they're not put together. They're not all there. Some of them have mental health. So you, as a person that's newly sober, can be grateful for what you have and grateful for what you don't have. But I really, I'm a major proponent of, I think it's about surrounding yourself with other people, being a part of rather than apart from. The more that you isolate, the more that you seclude yourself from people that know what's good for them and people that are on the same path that you've chosen to be on, the less chance you have of relapsing. But the second somebody isolates, or you don't hear from them, or they go into private mode or all that, then all bets are off. Then they get high, they drink. They
Yeah.
may accidentally have a drink at some holiday party.
Right.
Uh, that happens. But you can also, if you really take your sobriety seriously and embrace it, if you accidentally have a drink at a party that goes in your mouth, you can spit it out rather than continue to drink and just say, "Oh well, there goes that. Might as well just keep drinking."
Yeah.
Depends on the person, on the
Yeah.
individual.
I really agree with the point too that one of the best ways to get yourself out of a funk and feel better if you're feeling depressed is to help someone else, because it just always makes you feel better. I go to the soup kitchen, volunteer. If you're in line at a Target, pay it forward and buy the person in front of you's your groceries or something like that. Just to little
That
things
happens.
for them.
That happens a lot.
It
It's
does.
really
It's
cool.
happened to
Yeah.
me.
It's happened to me too, and
Yeah.
I've read about other people, being at
Yeah.
Starbucks and just having a conversation with somebody in a line, and the person is in front of them, and all of a sudden the person gets up there and um, they say, "You're already taken care of. The person in front of you already paid for you." Like that's awesome. That's
I love that. Yeah, I've heard about that at in Starbucks in the drive-through line. Actually, is they'll keep it going for a little bit once it starts. So the first car will pay for whatever the previous person or whatever the person after them is getting, and then they continue that down the line, and they just pay for each other's coffees and food or whatever. I think that's
yes,
beautiful, and it's such a great and small thing that you can do to help someone out, but also help yourself out and feel better about it.
yeah.
So, if anyone has any questions or comments about
So
holiday stress,
how come I'm looking at this thing right now, this new setup that we have here?
yeah,
Uh, just so you guys know, like one of the reasons that we were not available for the last few weeks was because of the simple fact that Facebook stopped allowing us to be on the podcast together at once. So we tried to figure out other avenues. Now we're doing it through Zoom, through the beginnings treatment center page, and now today's our first attempt at actually trying to make this happen. But why am I not seeing comments? I do see that Jennifer Turner left a comment. Is that the only place that we're going to see comments? Because
I
she,
haven't seen any comments yet. So, if you have any comments, please leave them and we'll try and read them. I don't see any comments. So, what is Jennifer's comment?
well, she says idle hands, but that's what I'm seeing on my. Oh, maybe it's because it's on
Oh,
my
that's
watch.
just in your yeah, that's just in your watch party.
My watch. Okay.
Yeah, so nothing on the actual page so far. So if you have any questions at all um, about holiday stress,
That's
let
great.
us know.
When I first thought about the title of today's episode, I didn't want to say like "'tis the season to relapse," like we want people to go out and relapse. I was basically talking about based off experience of what I see right now,
Yeah.
especially our sober livings. We go to a lot of holiday parties. We go to a lot of sober events. We go to a place where a 12-step meeting where there's a huge tree in the corner, we have a huge tree in one of our houses, so it's like I see people going through it, and like sometimes you don't know because people are quiet about it, and then later on, like somebody will tell me, so and so is going through it right now because they can't stand the holidays, they don't like it, it makes them feel a way of sorts. So I just want people to know, like what we do is that even if you have a family or don't have a family that's close to you, you're part of our family. So we
I love
surround
that.
ourselves with those people. We reach our hands out to those people, and we be there for them.
I love that. Pej, what is some advice that you would offer to someone that has a friend that may be going through some of the stressful times? Like if you have a close friend that you see falling off the wagon a little bit, what
I
advice?
think the best thing is to make them feel like they are a part of. I think you do what any good friend would do is basically go and involve them in things.
Yeah.
Put them. If there's a secret Santa going on,
Ah, I
or
love that. Yeah.
if there's not one going on, create one and bring them
Good
into it,
point.
and make sure that there's gift exchanges. If they don't like any of that stuff, go and like sit with them and build a gingerbread house, or just go to the beach, or go on a long walk and talk about it. Like, lend an ear. Ask them what's going on with them. Ask them. You don't need to be their psychologist or their psychotherapist, but just like be a friend. Be there for them, and talk to them and see how they're doing.
Yeah. I love that.
I
We
think the
covered a
best
lot.
thing in life is when people, when there's togetherness, and when
Yes.
when you give them a chance to be heard.
100%. Pej, is there any other advice or topics here that you'd like to discuss around the holiday season and stress and overcoming relapses?
I think I'll just go back to what I was saying before. I think the best thing for anybody that's new in recovery, or even has been around for a while but feels depressed at times, especially during the holiday season, I think you never want to forget why you got sober in the first place. Obviously, something wasn't working in your life,
Yeah.
and you want to change. You want to be able to stay on the path. Realize that there's going to be hardships. Um, there's going to be challenges. There's going to be different things that pop up in life, and it's okay to feel your feelings. It's truly okay to feel your feelings. So, yeah.
That's great. Pej, thank you so much again. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Happy holidays to you all. If you're struggling with drug or alcoholism and you need some help, you can reach out to us at any time. You can reach out to Pej. You can reach out to me, Pej at beginningstreatment.com or Austin at beginningstreatment.com. You can also check out our website that has all of our past uh, episodes on there at sobergrind.com. It's a new website. We've put a lot of work into it and tried to make it as best of a resource for you as possible. You can listen to all of the episodes right on the website. We have some blog articles on there about recovery advice and just really helpful resources on there for you. And we're trying to grow it and make it the best possible resource for you. So we would love to hear your feedback. Check out the website, send us an email, and you can also call Beginnings Treatment Centers 24/7 at 800 387 6907 if you need some help over the holiday season. They will be here to help you. Pej, thank you so much again. I missed doing this. It was great. And hopefully we do it
It's
next
been
week too.
kind of weird for me because I can't see the